So, ladies and gentlemen, sir, you cannot come up here.
No country of law. Thank you. You can speak this video. It's the video for federal. I am the city governor. You can fix this one. What? No country of law.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to, we are simply going to pause this meeting until such a time that we can have a productive meeting. So, I would encourage you.
Are you willing to share your living space with your so-called newcomers?
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like the meeting to continue in the way that I'm hoping to have this meeting, please demonstrate by applauding. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like an opportunity to ask questions in a productive manner, in the way that I would like to tell you about, please show me by applauding. Sir, I do not ask you to stand up, sir. Have a seat. Thank you. You will have every opportunity tonight to ask questions in the way I'm going to tell you. Will you be patient and listen to me telling you about that, sir?
So I'm going to answer my question.
Sir, I'm going to ask you the question again. You will have an opportunity tonight to ask your questions.
That's not yes or no.
Sir, I'm going to continue in the way that this meeting is meant to go, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Forgive me, I'm just going to wait another second. OPS. All right. I have no problem if this gentleman stays and listens in. I just want to have a productive meeting. Gentlemen, like I said, we have coffee and tea. If you haven't already, feel free to grab. We're going to try to resume this meeting as soon as we can. Thank you for your patience. I know, but we want to be able to have this conversation in a productive way. With your permission, I'd like to continue. I think I ended at the part where I said that I'm hoping that tonight's meeting can be productive and respectful. And I respect everyone's positions here in the fact that you have a position that you want to express. I am not trying to prevent anyone from expressing their positions, and there will be opportunities tonight to talk and to converse and to ask questions. Right now, I'm just trying to get to the introduction, so I'm going to tell you how we're going to proceed, if you don't mind. So like I said, tonight, you will get to listen to and to talk with people with lived experience. experience of what it is to work with asylum seekers, experience of what it is to be an asylum seeker. You're going to hear from city staff who have been involved in this program, in developing this program and in making decisions about this program. You're going to hear from engineering experts who conducted assessments of locations of where to put these shelters. Tonight is your opportunity to listen to these people and to listen to one another, to engage with them and with each other directly by asking questions in one-on-one conversations, by having face-to-face conversations with them, with me, with your fellow residents. I hope still that you can walk away from this meeting better informed than when you came in. I cannot change your position on this issue. I hope you walk out better informed. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen tonight. And I can't predict everything that's going to happen tonight. Tonight's information session is going to begin with 3 presentations. We're going to start with Louisa Taylor from Refugee 613, which is an Ottawa organization that helps in the settlement of refugees and asylum claimants. We're going to get an overview of refugee settlement in Canada and the role that this newcomer reception center will play in addressing the current situation. Then we're going to hear from Geraldine Wildman and Cale Brown from the City of Ottawa. They're going to explain how these reception centers are one part of a larger strategy of transitioning newcomers. You're going to get a sense of how the center will operate and what the site will look like. We're going to hear about the timeline and process for how this location was recommended, as well as what the next steps would be. We're also going to hear from Peter Morose, who is a civil engineer at Stantec, which is the consulting firm that did the engineering assessments of the 5 locations that had been shortlisted by the City of Ottawa, so that you can get, hopefully, a better understanding of how that assessment process worked and what elements were considered. Pending interruptions, that should take about 45 minutes. Once we're done with the presentations, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break to get set up for the second part of the evening. Please, by all means, grab a coffee, grab a tea. Stick around for the second part of the evening. I hope you do stick around. The second part of the evening will take place on the other side of the room. Obviously, you can stay at your tables and chairs, of course, but at the other side of the room where we have set up 4 information booths. Each of tonight's presenters, Refugee 613, the City of Ottawa, Stantec, and myself, are going to position ourselves at one of these information booths. I'll be moving around the room also, because I want to be listening in and hearing the conversations that are happening, but I will be, and will continue to be accessible. For the remainder of tonight's evening, for that part of the process, we encourage you to go to each of these booths, ask your questions, express your concerns. These people in the room tonight are the people who are best positioned to provide you with accurate and informed information. If you have questions on me, come to me. There will be staff taking notes to help make improvements to the program that they are developing. We're going to do this for about an hour in order to give everyone the time and the space that they need to ask as many questions as you like, and hopefully to listen in on other conversations. Now, before I hand it over to the presenters, I'm going to provide some basic ground rules, and I think that's important because I want to have a good meeting. I think everybody here wants to have a good, productive meeting. So this is our first opportunity to come together as a community with the experts who are involved in this program. So I would ask that you listen carefully to what they have to say. The goal of the presentations that you're going to be hearing tonight is to provide you with a solid base of good, accurate, reliable information. During tonight's meeting, I'm going to ask again, please, we can't have shouting or demonstrating. Tonight's information is a public information session. That's what I'm hoping to have tonight. Sir? Your question was, do we have a way for the Nepean residents to have a voice? Absolutely. When we have the second part of this meeting, you and every Nepean resident can go and ask questions and express concerns. Myself and everybody else in the city and all these presenters will be listening to.
Sean, I have a quick question
No? No?
I know that I personally benefit from hearing the questions that others. I know you said you're committed to full transparency, and I believe you. So in the interest of full transparency, I'm wondering if you could please have the Q&A in clarity and invite the media to stay.
So I appreciate the question. I encourage everyone, please, when we have the second part of the event, by all means, go and listen in on any question you want.
We want to be heard.
So, I am not taking questions right now. I already said, so I am going to continue. I'm not taking questions right now. I know. So the answer is no. I am not taking like I said, what we will see is that there will be ample opportunity for residents to ask questions of these subject matters. I am pretty sure that everybody's going to have the same kind of questions that we will just have over this meeting. So again, I am going to. And I will be. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue with this meeting. If people want to leave, they can. So we're going to continue, and ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to do our best. I think we may take a 5-minute pause here. This is the way the meeting's going to happen. This is the way that the meeting's going to happen. We're going to do our presentations, after which residents will have all kinds of opportunities to talk to people. If you do not wish to stay, by all means, you do not have to, but we're going to continue in this way. So again, I do want to make sure there is some willingness in the room that we do proceed. I suspect there is. Like I said, there will be opportunities to talk, to have conversations, to ask questions, but I want to do so in a way that is aiming at getting information to you in as direct a way as I can. So with that said, I think we're going to start with the first presentation. So, like I said, the first presentation is from Refugee 613, and I believe the presentation tonight is from Louisa Taylor. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Now it's on. Thank you. Thank you for making it out tonight. Pretty nasty weather. Thank you for staying calmly and respectfully to hear about the context related to refugees here in Canada. So what I wanted to share with you is a bit about why the City of Ottawa needs newcomer reception centers. So we're going to talk about global displacement and the local response. Slide, please. A bit about us, Refugee 613. We are a communications and mobilization organization. We help communities welcome refugees. And we do it by convening people, by finding solutions, by talking things through. Next slide, please. We identify communication needs. We work with our partners to address them. Sometimes it's about getting information to refugees. Sometimes it's about getting information to the people who support them. And sometimes in this situation, it's about getting information about refugees out to the general public. I want to say something because many people have asked me where we get our funding. We do not receive any funding from the City of Ottawa, and we never have in our almost 10 years of existence.
Where do you get it from?
The federal government, provincial government, funders. Okay. So that's it for questions from the floor. So let's talk about Canada's immigration process. Last year, Canada welcomed, or like this year, sorry, Canada welcomed 500,000 immigrants by the end of this year. That is 1.3% of our total population. Many of you here are first generation, second generation immigrants. If you don't have Indigenous heritage, you have immigration in your history somewhere. You may have heard that the government has reduced its immigration levels for next year, so the number's going down. 350,000 immigrants, which will represent less than 1% of our population. Next slide, please. There are 37.9 million refugees around the world right now. 37.9 million people who have had to leave their home country because they fear for their safety, whether through persecution, gender-based violence, persecution based on their sexual identity, war. There are many, many reasons that someone becomes a refugee. If you took all the refugees in the world right now, they would almost equal the Canadian population. Most of them are in neighboring countries to from where they fled. And usually those are low to middle income countries. Very, very few make it as far as North America. So Canada welcomes refugees in several ways. We have managed refugee programs that are called resettlement programs. So there's the government-assisted refugees. They are selected by the Canadian government when they are still abroad. When they arrive, they are served and helped with language, accessing housing, jobs, etc. by service provider organizations. And when they arrive, the moment they step on our territory, they are permanent residents with all the rights that confers. Then there are also privately sponsored refugees. I would love to know if anybody here has been part of a sponsorship group. Yes, great, all right. So that is when ordinary Canadians and permanent residents get together and they